All right, guys, so today is a little bit different video. Today is a bittersweet moment. We are selling the 1600. And a lot of you's like, why would you sell that car? Right? Why would you do that? Well, here's the problem. We have a lot of stuff going on in the shop. We're starting to get into a lot more of the Porsche stuff lately, because that's where the money's at. And essentially, I'll give you a 5-second rundown. On the BMW channel, the car videos are not what's paying us the money, to be totally honest with you. And they haven't been paying us the money in the last couple of years. It's fortunately the lottery videos was what pays all the bills. That's what bought the G-Wagon. That's what does everything. And so to make stuff just for videos may not be the most smart financial decision right now. There is a lot of money sitting here in this car, and it's also taking up a spot in the shop. So decided to sell this, decided to sell the M3. M3, you guys knew was going to sell that anyway, no matter what. But this car, we were looking on the registry when I first bought this. I'm trying to find that back. I want to screenshot that. In 67, there was 2 that are registered still, and this was one of the 2. So this car has no rust underneath. If you've seen the previous videos, we're going to insert some pictures here in this video. The underneath is pretty much 100% rust free. There is not one little pinhole or anything. This car, the top, the trunk, and the hood has little rust spots on it. None of these are through. It's all surface. This got like this sitting in a enclosed garage when the guy opened up the door. It got moisture in, and eventually over years of open and close the door, it did this. Now we buffed a couple little spots here just to see. A lot of it will come off. We've elected not to do that before the sale of the car. I don't want to make it look like we're trying to hide anything. That's just not the case. We did put brand new tires on it. We painted the wheels. I ordered a bunch of the brake parts for it. The brakes are a little bit sticky on it. It has a little bit of a smear here. We should have buffed this off probably. It's just like plastic. It's not dented in at all. It's like a kid's toy they had in the garage that was plastic that scraped against it. All the rockers are perfect shape. Oh, I forgot that one's locked. I'll show you the other side. All the rockers are perfect shape in it. It's always something in it. No rust at all whatsoever anywhere. This car has been Z-barded way back in the day. You can see from the plugs. The driver's side seat cover does have a little bit of a hole in it. But I've actually found the seat covers, the OEM, where you take these off, put the new ones on. They're pretty expensive. They're like $1,300. We also found all the door weather seals. They're not bad, but they are very dry rotted. Not that we let this thing sit outside at all anyway. You can see here the trunk is the rustiest part of the whole thing. None of this is all surface. We've got some 1960s carpet, 70s carpet in here. We replaced the carburetor. It has a brand new Weber on it. Here's the old carburetor right here, in case somebody want to keep it all original. We did brand new plug wires, so it'll fire up and run every time, right? I did notice it is a little bit seepy out of the water pump, and like I said, the brakes are a little sticky. Other than that, we drove this to the fairgrounds here to make the video of. It's probably, what, a mile and a half away. Other than the brakes being a little bit sticky, it's like good. The clutch is good. Everything functions correctly. This is original unrestored condition. It will need to be restored. I mean, whatever you're into, right? I'm afraid to touch it, and I'll show you right now why that is. A lot of you guys are not going to like that we're selling this car, but it just doesn't fit in the schedule right now. This has all the original stickers under the hood, and I really, really hate to mess around with it and repaint a different color or something crazy. Usually the strut tires are rusted out. These are not. Usually everything else is rusted out up in here. That is not. We put a brand new fuel pump on it, filter, as I said, carburetor, and I adjusted all the points in the distributor. I did buy the new update kit for the distributor to put the laser eye in it. That never did work right, so we just took it back off. Ran the points for right now. Put a new radiator cap on it. That was leaking. Like I said, it does seep out of the weep hole out of the water pump a little bit. Like, everything is so good on this car. It's a perfect project. None of this is rusty up in here. The hood's not rusty on the bottom. You know, like, all the glass is good. Everything else is really, really good on the car. Very little issue whatsoever. Like I said, we have on the lift, the underneath was not rusty. There was no holes in the floor pans. There was no holes anywhere. Everything was really, really, really good. Just a car this age, anything that's rubber is getting dry rotted, as you can see on the top of the shock there. As you expect it would be, right? If you wanted this as a driver's car, you'd have to do the brakes. It needs some new CV axle boots, all that kind of stuff. Would you ever want to let this sit outside? No, I would never. I would never let this sit outside. It's never. The only time it's been outside in the last 10 plus 20 years is on the trailer on the way here from whenever we bought it. This sat in the garage for 10 plus years, not being driven, being started every once in a while until it got to where they couldn't get it started anymore because the carburetor was gummed up. Once we replaced all that, everything's been good. This has all the original. Let Philip get on this side. We'll show you here. Has all the original trim on it. It's like, for the most part, been untouched. Somebody's buffed this door or wet sanded this door at some point in time. It is a little different color, as you can see up on the hood, though, if you buff the whole car. But I don't want to go messing with it, right? Not mess with it at all. So we would be the, I can't remember, the second or third owner. I think I'd be the guy I bought it from, imported it into the country. I'd be the second owner. If there was ownership in Germany when it was brand new, I don't know. I think we'd be the second U.S. owner. This does have, the title is from 1972. It's original, I guess, original title. This is an Alabama car. So in Alabama, you never send off your title, never do any of that. So here's everything with the car. We have a whole bag of receipts. We have the original book, all the owner's manuals. We have insurance cards. We have all the receipts, everything that's ever been done to it. Quite a bit of stuff. We have the original, well, state of Georgia title from 71. And as far as I could tell, I think that's when it was imported. But here's that. It's not signed weird. Nothing's done wrong with it. So that should be no issue at all. We have tons and tons. It's been so long since I looked through this. We have registration papers, all that kind of stuff. There is tons of cool little books like this. So about as original as you could get. The 1600, you see some 2002 models around here and there. Some big bumper 2002s. You see a couple of the small Euro bumper 2002s like this one around. You never see a 1600, right? That's just pretty much not happening. There's a few in Europe. I looked pretty hard after I bought this thing to try to gauge what the price is on it. Like, what's this car actually worth? There's pretty much no way to tell what it's worth at this point in time. There's nothing to even base it off of. There's nothing at all to go by other than like a late 70s 2002, and that's not really the same price range on this. On the clock on this one, I can't even remember. I have to go look at it. On the clock, this one's showing 81,000 miles. So it is what it is. Let me verify that. No, it's showing 8,000 miles. So is it 108,000 miles? Probably, I would say. That being said, though, we don't really see a lot of wear on the pedals or anything. But I highly doubt it's 8,000 miles. I would say 108. Definitely a nice restorable car. What do I think it's worth? I see what the book value is on it. The high book on it, unrestored, is like 29 grand. I think it's probably worth somewhere around 20, just the way it sits. Because obviously, if you're looking for one to restore and you have to deal with no rust at all, this is going to be a lot better option. If you could find a 2002 that's all banged up and rusty, let's say you could find that for 15, Well, I think it's worth to pay $5,000 more and save 5 or 10 grand on repair and trying to get it to that point. And like I said, I don't really want to restore this car. I think it's got to be a mistake. I was talking to the body shop guy about it, and he acted like if I repainted it, it could hurt the value. If I repainted a different color, it would hurt the value. If I did anything with the engine, anything at all that was not OEM would hurt the value of it. So I guess we're asking for somewhere around 20 grand. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. If you're interested in buying this, we'll have my email address or new email address in the description below. Shoot me email. Let me know if you're interested in it. Maybe we can work something out. And after this one's gone, the M3 will be next. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. We'll see y'all later.